And welcome everybody to another Saturday Connect and Collaborate, where we always bring you, ways to connect in smaller groups, great content, and great speakers from around the world. Very excited to have Human Khalili here, as he just recently returned from his, what was it, 15 trips to Israel, Human?
So I did 17 trips in 21 months.
Right. And that was this, more time flying into Israel. Your commitment is amazing. And it's amazing. I'd love for you. I know we've had you on throughout the journey in different witty parts, but if you wouldn't mind just starting out, just who you are, how it started, right? Meeting the vice chairman of Israel, or
Yeah.
vice mayor, vice mayor. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you, and the floor is yours.
Hey, thank you, David. I see a lot of familiar faces, so I just want to say a quick few hellos to the people on the call right now. Mike Brown, great to see you. Jerry, amazing seeing you as well. Michael Lordeau, Jeremy, Greiner, Brad, Rochefort, thank you guys for all being here. And to the new people I met today. So, yes, David said it correctly. I'm the only artist in the world asked by the state of Israel to make murals in support of the women of Iran. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Looks like I can. Hopefully this will work. That woman right there, her name is Massa Amini, and she was killed by so Massa Amini is a Kurdish Iranian. The Kurds have lived in Iran for over 1,000 years, and they're treated horribly to this day. She was showing too much of her hair, and the Islamic regime beat her to death. So when this happened in September of 2022, the women of Iran rose up. And what you had in Iran in that moment was the first woman-led revolution in the history of the world. During that time, I helped birth the mural in San Francisco. That's the mural I helped birth. That picture went viral. And as David alluded to, this woman saw me. Who is this? This is Fleur Hassan, the vice mayor of Jerusalem. And this is Emily Schrader. She's the journalist that introduced me to Fleur. And they said, we want woman life freedom murals in Israel. Now, I know when I say the word Israel, a lot of people get triggered. Please don't get triggered. I just want the reason I'm telling you this story is to let you know that Israel is the only country in the Middle East standing with the freedom fighting women of Iran. And it's the only country in the Middle East that allows a mural with a woman's hair to be shown. So 26 days after I met this woman here, Fleur Hassan, this mural was unveiled. And that's the first one in Jerusalem. Those four women, all killed by the Islamic regime, they were all killed for showing their hair, so we united them with their hair. And here's me up there. There's the vice mayor. There's Emily. This was a big deal because for one day and one day only, the whole world loved Israel. January 9th, 2023. I want to show. Oh, and here's the press of the entire world coming out that day to sort of pay homage to that mural. After that mural went up, 21 days later, another miracle happened. We got another mural up, and this mural is in Nazareth. I'm not going to show you all the murals. I just want to show you this one and one more, or two more. The reason this mural is such a big deal is because Nazareth is an entirely Arab city within Israel. It's 70% Muslim, 30% Christian, and this wall is owned by two Muslim men. The wall is owned by two Muslim men, designed by a Persian Christian, that's me, painted by a Russian Jew. I mean, this is everyone coming together to stand with the freedom fighting women of Iran. And it was on this mural that I wrote for the very first time, it's time for the Esthers of the world to rise up. Um, and this is a big sentiment. For those of you who know the Bible, Esther was a hidden Jew. The whole book of Esther takes place in Iran. And through her faithfulness and fasting and other things, the Jews were actually saved. In Iran, one of the things they do to the women who protest is they'll shoot out one of their eyes. They invented a little gun, and it won't hit the brain, but it'll remove one of their eyes. I found this artist in Budapest, and this is what she does for people missing an eye. I called her up. I said, "Can I steal this?" She said, "Yes." So this is the third mural in Netanya. And this is one of the women whose eyes was shot out. The bird covering her eye is the nightingale. One last thing I want to show you here is I want to show you the eighth mural. This is the eighth mural. And this mural is on the Museum of Tolerance in Jerusalem. I know a lot of you live in LA, and when you say the Museum of Tolerance, everyone goes, "Oh, in LA and DC?" No, this is the one in Jerusalem. This is the Museum of Tolerance in Jerusalem. This woman on the left is Sherel Haimpour. Now, Sherel Haimpour is a Persian Jew killed by Hamas on October 7th. Of the 15 million Jews in the world, 500,000 of them are from Iran. They're all from the time of Esther. A lot of people say they're the oldest Jews in the world. They're the most consistent Jews, you know. And and Sherelle was defending her land. She was defending her country. Hamas shot her in the head and they burned her body.
Oh,
So she's next to Masa Amini. This is the Kurdish Iranian. And I took Sherelle's face. So inside Massa's face is a mosaic of 1,200 Iranians who were killed. Inside Sherelle's face are all the victims of October 7th. So that was the eighth mural. And then let me just see here. Is there anything else I want to show you? The 18th mural went up in October of 2024, and it went here. Now, you guys don't know what this is, but in Jerusalem, when the Ottoman Empire, the Turks, Turkey, when Turkey used to control the Middle East and especially Israel, they built a train station. And the train station they call now First Station was built in 1892. And it was the only train that went to Damascus and Lebanon and Cairo. Anyway, when the state of Israel was born in 1948, the train station went away because the Arab countries didn't want the train station to work anymore. And so it sort of remained empty for about 50 years. Then they revamped it and they allowed all these coffee shops and restaurants. And it's actually one of the few places in Jerusalem that's open on Shabbat. So if you ever want to go eat on Shabbat, you have absolutely nothing to do, go to First Station. But this is where my 18th mural is. And the 18th mural is a collage of all the previous 17 murals. So I'm going to stop sharing there, and I'm just going to let you know what I'm up to now. And if anyone has a thought or an idea, I'd love to hear it. And if you don't, that's fine too, because I love David. We all love David. That's why we're all here. I am going to put 18 Woman Life Freedom murals on 18 college campuses. Now, when I did the first 18 murals in Israel, I was basically entirely alone. I got to a place where I could work with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but I was basically designing these things. I had a couple people in a design team, and I was knocking on doors trying to find walls. It was a very complex process. And, bringing this idea to the United States on the college campuses, which used to be the center of civil discourse, but now they're just the center of insanity, to show the world that, yes, there's a lot going on in Gaza. Yes, there's a lot going on in Ukraine, but I want all the eyes of the world to be on Iran. Because at the end of the day, we know this. Iran is the #1 sponsor of terrorism for the entire world, and they are killing their people every single day. And so I think these murals will actually bring the attention to Iran and hopefully bring forth some kind of change. So I've come to the WITI community to make an ask. Can I make the ask,
We'll
David?
make the ask because then I want
Okay.
to stop the YouTube link. But the people out there following us, I do want them. They may have connections, right? So the ask is
The ask is if anyone knows any president or board of trustee at any university in the United States, please connect me to them because I would love to pitch them on this idea. I'd love once I get the first school, the other 17 will fall like dominoes. I'm sure of it. And it doesn't matter. Look, what do I really want? I want Columbia, Harvard, Penn, MIT, and Stanford. But I don't think we're going to start with one of those. So even if it's like some small Christian school in Michigan or Texas or whatever, like I will take any university. Um, in 2 weeks in Dallas, there's a conference happening called NRB. I'm going to go to that conference. I'm going to pitch it there as well. But I really think I can get this first mural up before March 1st. And I'm going to try to get all 18 murals up before the end of the year. So that's the mission.
Thank you, Human. Best way to get a hold of you.
Oh, I can just put
On
my,
at Human TV.
yeah,
Say it verbally too, just so for the YouTube people.
yeah. So my email is tvhuman, HOOMAN at gmail.com. I'm obviously on LinkedIn. It's Human Khalili, Khalili. I'm also on Instagram. It's at Human